As her mind raced, Jenny decided to leave the room. The moment she opened the door, her head collided with Julian's solid chest. Julian lowered his head and gently asked, "Where are you going?" Jenny quickly stepped back, trying to hide her fluster. "I was just looking for the restroom," she replied. Raising an eyebrow, Julian said with a teasing tone, "It seems that besides having a small brain, you also have a problem with your eyesight. The restroom is right here." He politely pointed to the nearby restroom door. Jenny burst into laughter. "Oh, how silly of me. I didn't even notice something that big. Well, see you later." She hurried to the restroom and closed the door quickly. Julian stared at the door with a suspicious look. He sensed something was off and decided to knock on the restroom door. "Jenny, what's going on? Why are you acting so strange?" Inside the restroom, Jenny felt incredibly awkward. "Why am I acting like such a fool? Oh, he's right. My brain is really the size of a pea." With newfound determination, she took a deep breath and opened the door. Seeing Jenny emerge, Julian asked, "Is there a problem?" "Nothing at all," Jenny replied quickly. Julian casually changed the subject. "What do you think of this house? Do you like it?" Jenny decided to test his reaction. "Yes, I love it. It turns out our garden is filled with my favorite flowers, especially sunflowers." Julian gave a faint smile. "Oh, that's great. Every part of this house suits my taste perfectly. Especially this bedroom, the furniture, the wall color, even the bedside lamp. Everything is just what I like." Julian unbuttoned his jacket thoughtfully. So she really pays attention. Looking a bit awkward, he averted his gaze and said, "What a coincidence." Noticing Julian's strange expression, Jenny couldn't help but ask, "Julian, can I ask you something?" Julian paused for a moment and nodded. Jenny bit her lip and cautiously asked, "Are you a psychopath killer or a rapist?" Julian grinned widely and leaned closer, whispering in her ear, "I'm neither a psychopath killer nor a rapist, but I could be one if you wanted me to." His warm breath sent shivers down Jenny's spine, and when he licked her earlobe, her entire body felt flushed. Seeing Jenny's reaction, Julian turned and walked toward the bathroom. Jenny opened her eyes and realized Julian was teasing her. "Julian, you really have no shame." She grabbed a pillow from the sofa and threw it at him. Julian effortlessly caught the pillow and said, "Just for you, Mrs. Jenny." He tossed the pillow back onto the sofa and made his way to the bathroom. Jenny sat on the sofa, trying to calm herself. She reflected on everything that had happened today: the betrayal by her sister and her boyfriend, her decision to end her life, and how Julian had saved her. How could I not think about revenge? Am I really planning to give up just like that? Thanks to Julian, she began to consider revenge. Feeling foolish, Jenny knocked her forehead and shouted, "You're such an idiot, Jenny." Suddenly, the bathroom door swung open. Julian emerged, half naked, with only a towel wrapped around his waist. Jenny couldn't help but admire him. Julian's muscular body and six-pack abs made him look incredibly handsome. As Julian dried his hair, he pointed a finger at Jenny's face and said, "Stop drooling." Jenny snapped back to reality and cleared her throat. "I'm not drooling." Julian pulled her into his embrace and whispered in a low voice, "As you can see, Mrs. Jenny." Without realizing it, Jenny nodded, Pleased with her response, Julian released her and moved to the vanity to dry his hair with a hairdryer. Jenny felt embarrassed by her own words. "Oh, Jenny, how foolish. You just said you enjoy looking at him. This is so embarrassing." As Jenny pondered, Julian told her, "You should take a shower now. Since it's getting late, we can go to your father's house tomorrow. I'll wait for you downstairs for dinner." With that, Julian left the room. Jenny took a deep breath and headed to the bathroom. In the living room, Julian relaxed on the sofa, sipping wine. He felt happy, finally having the woman he loved. Jenny was finally his. Although their feelings weren't completely aligned yet, Julian was confident that one day, Jenny would love him more than she did right now. Julian's sweet daydream was interrupted by the sound of his phone ringing. Seeing the caller ID, Julian frowned. Reluctantly, he answered the call. "Hey, bro, what's up? I'm near your place. Want to grab a drink?" Daniel, Julian's younger brother, asked excitedly. Julian chuckled softly and replied, "You wouldn't want to disturb your brother on his wedding night, would you?" Daniel paused, surprised. "Wedding night? You're kidding, right? I thought that was over." "Wait there. I'm bringing a doctor to check on you." Julian rolled his eyes, already used to his brother's drama. "Daniel, speak politely," he said, his voice full of patience. "So you're not sleeping, chatting, or out and about. All right, but are you really getting married again?" Julian simply nodded with a small smile. "Yes." Daniel fell silent, shocked. "Who are you marrying?" Julian set down his wineglass and said meaningfully, "Who else but her?" Daniel's eyes widened. "Jenny? You're marrying Jenny?" Julian chuckled softly before ending the call. In the car, Daniel felt an overwhelming sense of happiness. He was thrilled for his brother, who had always loved Jenny and suffered from not being with her. Daniel quickly drove to the Bagatama family home, eager to share the joyful news with his grandparents, mother, and father. Meanwhile, Jenny stepped out of the bathroom to find a new, comfortable outfit laid out on the bed. She was surprised. She had never told Julian that she didn't bring a change of clothes. Seeing how thoughtful Julian was made her heart warm. "Raka never did anything like this for me," she thought. She felt certain that if Raka were here, he wouldn't care about little things like this. Jenny hurriedly changed and rushed downstairs. However, upon arriving below, she couldn't find Julian. A sudden unease crept in. Noticing her worried expression, the head servant, Anton, approached her. "Young miss, are you looking for young master?" he asked. After Jenny nodded, Anton smiled and explained, "He's in the garden." With that, Anton turned and left. Jenny walked toward the garden. As she entered the area, she saw Julian standing under the moonlight, looking more handsome than usual. She wondered how a man could look so attractive. Jenny approached him and stood beside him. "What are you thinking about?" she asked. Julian turned and smiled at Jenny standing next to him. But before he could answer, he noticed Jenny's still wet hair. "Why is your hair still wet? Why didn't you use the hairdryer? You could catch a cold like this." Jenny was surprised that Julian noticed something so small. As she looked into Julian's eyes, she saw that his concern was genuine. "I don't know how to use a hairdryer," Jenny replied. Julian took a deep breath. "It's not your fault if your hands are small." Jenny felt embarrassed and bit her lower lip. Before she could respond, Julian suddenly grabbed her hand. "Let's go upstairs and dry your hair. I don't want you to get sick." Without waiting for her answer, Julian began to walk. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, so that the admin is more enthusiastic to provide entertainment for all of you. See you in the next video.